What is a Friday like after all these years for Gulzar Saab? Like, do you wake up, read something? How? So he said, I'm very nervous. I would like to know the way I wrote, did it reach the audience exactly like that? Rahman Saab said that, I'm a nervous wreck on the day of the release. I don't know how. I'll keep checking Twitter and all that. And Mani sir also said the same thing that, it is.
Sir lied. He goes and plays golf. Yeah. He's the most relaxed actually.
He was quite stressed during PS1. I felt the butterflies because there was too much at stake for this film. And how would it be received? There were book lovers who are very critical of, how it's going to turn out.
Right.
We had PS2 ready.
We had PS2 ready, exactly. Oh yeah, that's the very, very...
What would be your Mani Ratnam go-to film when you're sitting at home?
Very unfair. Can't pick on any single one. Very, very fortunate to be part of such a wonderful Mani Ratnam movie, and grateful.
Aishwarya, I'll ask you this. I just interviewed them. For a film journalist to be sitting with A.R. Rahman, Gulzar Saab and Mani Ratnam, it's a career high for me. So I asked him.
Have you recovered?
I asked Gulzar Saab, which is your favorite work that stays with you? He said Guru. He said, I keep watching and I keep rewatching. You tell me what would be your Mani Ratnam go-to film when you're sitting at home?
Very unfair. Can't pick on any single one. With that kind of body of work, it's very, very difficult to pick one.
Okay.
We'll start from the beginning, no?
Yes.
We'll begin with Iruvar.
Yes.
Because what a movie, and so ahead of its time. So ahead of its time, and it's all about a story unfolding with... Again, we always use the word magic, but magic in every aspect of the narrative, of the creation, of the emotions, and each character so well etched and memorable, and the moments, and you're tackling. You're dealing with very, very subject very close to everybody's heart and very, very dear, and yet. So, dare I say, perfectly done, and I think only he could do that, and he did magic with it.
Wow.
And it will stand the test of time.
Yeah.
But while we're sitting here on PS, you can't have me not talk about PS.
Of course,
of course, Ravan and Ravanan. Of course, Guru. I'm going to mention them all. But this one again, Ponniyin is going to be, and will definitely forever be a very, very special one. It's his dream project.
It is his dream,
and he's given it his passion, and it's in the superlative, and it's there for all to see, to experience. What a challenge to bring in so many volumes, so many books, down to 2 movies. I don't know how he has done it.
Amazing.
I don't know how he has done it, and we are all very, very fortunate to be part of such a wonderful Mani Ratnam movie, and grateful. And glad.
It's looking beautiful, it's looking spectacular, big, everything that we can say. I want to ask the women this question. How many of you actually, personally enjoy watching movies with good costumes, good jewelry? So much work goes into it. There's a department that does this job. You can start and tell me, do you personally enjoy watching this?
I do actually. I think I've always loved reading history, literature, and somehow I think worlds that are very, very far removed from my immediate reality were easier for me to believe in, because you're not trying to relate, you're only trying to commit and belong with and absorb it for what it is. And in the process of that, you end up receiving and being more present. So I feel like period dramas and films that are a little more fantastical are easier for me to submit to, because I'm not questioning, I'm not comparing, and in the process I end up leaving feeling very moved.
Nice, right. You were telling me your costumes are different from everyone else's.
Yeah, I had the easiest.
You had the easiest.
Yeah, breeziest.
The most ventilating.
The most ventilated, yes.
Right. Is it fun to wear all this and perform? Is it a challenge? What is it like? Yeah,
I've done several. I have done several.
Because it looks like, we wonder how you do it. That, that's.
It is hard work, and it's so nice to sit with a group of people who actually respect and appreciate the effort that goes into it. And it's not like for me each time, and I'm sure the ladies here will agree, and here in this movie the guys are part of it, because they have also had to do so much of the costume aspect.
I had nothing, I had one costume throughout the film.
But still, it's tough each day that you wore it. I mean, the way he'd stand for hours and he'd have to sit at the edge of the stool. I mean, I know. So it's tough when you commit to it, but it's not about, I mean, it's very sweet when eventually girls will be girls, or, the audience will turn and say, oh, that jewelry and that costume. But for us, it is about that moment. And it's all about becoming the character. I think all this, even just so easily, that I love the time in the makeup room or makeup van, whatever we call it. That's when actually you're naturally already becoming the character. And this is part of it. I mean, I have the highest respect for costume, makeup, hair, accessorizing and all of that, because it has to be right and right for the scene. It's not about dolling up. It's not about being a princess or being a king or a queen. It's about being right in the moment. And true to the time. True to the moment, true to the time, true to the emotion. So every little detail is actually thought out. Whether do you need a ring, don't you need a ring? Would you at that time, in that frame of mind, actually accessorize with all this or not? At that point, you were on the journey, on the road too. So it's not about today, this will look nice with this color. No, it's not about that. There is that kind of thought that's going into it all.
True.
Would you be really wearing all those earrings at that time, in that particular scene and that moment or not? So there is that much thought that goes into it, even how you do your hair and all of that. And so that naturally is already you're becoming true to the moment of the scene you're going to go and act on set. So this is a part of that. So I've always had the highest respect to commit to that time, and that's when you start becoming the character for that scene and definitely in the movie.
Same for you, Trisha. When so many people watch it as it is, but there will be some people, is there too much of an actor in you? Or if you watch a film where she has heavy costumes and, will you be like, oh, how did Aishwarya do this in this costume?
I always wondered, because when they used to set up shots in between, we had about 15-20 minutes and when we filmed together, she would just sit. It was like she was so graceful and used to it. The experience showed. I would just take off my earring because I would feel like my earlobes bleeding, and I would take off my chain. She would just sit like this. And I don't know how you did it. I used to wonder. I don't know if it's experience or she's always been like that. I'm sure. I don't think it's...
Remember that shot?
That time no jewelry, you're in the water.
Kota,
actually, yes.
We'll be dancing and she didn't have a shot. She won't sit in a chair. She just sits straight.
She really is in character until they say pack up. At least from what I've seen in the very little we filmed together. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
I used to feel bad because I used to complain. I used to be like, get me that. My ears are bleeding. My neck is bruised. But it was, and I'm sure you were in a lot of pain too, because such heavy earrings.
It happens. But rather than fiddle with it and get into it, I just tune out to that. You're suffering it, no doubt. But I tune out to it at that time because I can't. In fact, at that point, I can't be doing this back and forth at the time. So I'd rather tune out to that and
Lastly,
no, it's not about, at that point I'm not even thinking that, but I know, I've heard this, everybody looks at me like that, but at that point I'm not thinking that, oh, I'm staying in character, don't snap out. No, I'm not thinking that. I'm talking with Mani and everybody. But all this is then over and done with. This happens in the trailer. I take the time, stitch, taka, twink, everything is gotten done, and then I'm tuned out to that.
Amazing.
Then it's about the film or being on set or interacting or checking in here, this case dialogue for the next, because it was a different language.
That's why it shows in, it shows in your work. Lastly, I asked the same question to all the three legends who I just interviewed, that, what is a Friday like after all these years for Gulzar Saab? Like, do you wake up, read something? So he said, I'm very nervous. I would like to know the way I wrote, did it reach the audience exactly like that? Rahman Saab said that, I'm a nervous wreck on the day of the release. I don't know how, I'll keep checking Twitter and all that. And Mani sir also said the same thing, that, it
One
is.
is a ride. He goes and plays golf.
Yeah.
He's the most relaxed actually.
He's the most relaxed.
No, he was quite stressed during PS1. Yeah,
I guess dream project.
He was
Yeah.
not, I mean, stressed would be a wrong word, but we were calling him. I mean, I called him
think that
from
was
the
it.
theater, and I mean, I spoke to two people, him and Ash, because the rest of them we met each other, and I wouldn't say stressed. He doesn't show it. He has a lovely facade of being very calm, but of course, I think he felt the butterflies because there was too much at stake for this film. Yeah, too much at stake, so much pressure.
That's true.
They wanted to make it in Tamil cinema for 4 decades. And how would it be received? There were book lovers who are very critical of, you know, how it's going to turn out.
Right.
But
We
yeah.
had PS2 ready.
We had PS2 ready, exactly. Oh yeah, that's the very, very
You know,
valid
hearing
point.
all this,
So-
I go to watch and I'm stressed just like so I can imagine what everyone goes through. You know, keep entertaining us. We absolutely love this. Thank you for your time and all the best to each one of you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Very
you.
kind.